wanted to also discuss this, that you have ALS.
MS.
Or MS, that's right, MS. And
multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, and you just got diagnosed with that fairly recent, right? Just a few years ago?
4.5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little about that?
Sure. It's a great follow-up to the whole Nervy Bees and the through thing, because I didn't... So, like, okay, I was starting to get weird feelings in my legs. Like, it's kind of numb, but it's not, like, really numb. Like, it's not like, oh, I sat on my leg too long and it's asleep, I gotta wake it up, you know. But it's in that family for sure. Like, it's right next to it, you know. It's something like that.
Yeah.
I was just trying to ignore it, you know. Oh, it'll go away, you know. It'll feel better. Like, maybe I drank too much or something, you know.
Yeah.
Then there was a couple instances where I was drinking. One especially, I was at one of those open jam kind of things, and my buddy was on drums, so I'll do it because I like playing with him, and so I'm playing somebody's bass, and I was just like not really standing up straight, you know. It was like, whoa, like I wanted to lean against the wall. I didn't want to, like, I felt like I didn't have my balance, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just chalked that up to like, oh, I'm drinking too much, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was playing a gig with my buddy Emily Stewart, and just an F sharp chord. It's just a simple bar chord. It just wasn't there, and then it comes around again, and I missed it again. I was so pissed, you know.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm feeling it in my hand too, and probably should go to the doctor, you know. So I go to urgent care, and he says I should see a neurologist. He gave me these simple tests, like walk in a straight line, heel to toe, walk in a straight line. That was near impossible.
Wow.
And then like you know, spread your arms and touch your nose, you know, shut your eyes, like
just basic stuff.
Oh, DUI.
Yeah.
Like a DUI test.
Sobriety test.
She just gave the defense for everybody out there, if they get pulled over, that they need to say that they potentially have MS and they're not able to perform the test properly. I'm just putting that out there in the ether, you know.
Right. I don't know if that's a good idea, though, because if they were driving a car, that might not be a good idea.
That's true. Good point.
I'm pretty sure you can drive with MS, just not all of us, I suppose.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea. Yeah.
Very true.
I guess it depends on the
severity
of the...
Yeah.
That's true.
So he starts the DUI test.
Yes. So I failed that. He said I should see a neurologist.
Yeah.
And stop drinking. No.
I know, right? So my boss said to get a second opinion because neurologists are expensive, you know.
Yeah. So
I did, and I went to my regular doctor, and she gave me the same tests, pretty much, the walk in a straight line thing first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, I failed that again, and then she said, you should see a neurologist. So I did go to see a neurologist, and guess what? He gave me the same tests, and I failed them again, only this time it was more expensive. But he said, you know, that they'll do an MRI and see, like, it might be multiple sclerosis, it might be, you know, that's probably all he said. So I'm like, I'm having a hard time accepting this because the neurologist works on your brain. So what is going on? You know, my mom has had an MS, so it's not like it was brand new to me, but honestly, I didn't do a whole lot of research on it because it was freaking me out that she had this thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, like, be a friend, you know, so I get an MRI, which is one of those things you go in the machine. Like, have you guys you've probably
I've
seen
had
it.
several, yeah.
Yeah, you've had several.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was an experience. And then it felt like months later they get the results, or it took a while.
Yeah.
This whole thing, like my story that I'm telling you, started in about April, and now we're in November.
Oh.
And the neurologist called me on the phone and told me it looks like multiple sclerosis. I was relieved because, like, it didn't kill my mom. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to die. Like, I don't have brain cancer or something crazy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe he told me over the phone.
Right.
Doesn't that feel like a come on in and
A little
talk to me?
impersonal. Yeah.
Anyway,
He could have made you walk in a straight line for old time's sake.
yes.
Hey man, we just want to be sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one more round.
So how does that disease progress? What's changed since then, and where does it go? And what are the treatments right now available?
Sure. So multiple sclerosis is multiple scars, multiple lesions. So through the MRI, they took a photo of my brain, and you can see there's a bunch of lesions on there. Just looks like spots or whatever.
Yeah.
But, more than one. It's quite a lot, 10 to 20 or something.
Wow.
And I really didn't like that neurologist. And I didn't like the medicine that I was taking at first, these pills. They would mess me up. I would go to work at 10, and then I would have to go home at 11. Like, just afraid I'm going to shit myself, or, just
Wow.
terrible inside hurting.
Yeah.
So I stopped taking that, and I got a different neurologist who specializes in people with MS. He has a bunch of MS patients, and I'm on this new drug called Ocrevus, and the only bummer is that I can't just take a pill. I have to go get an infusion every 6 months. And it used to take 4 hours, and now it's going to be 2 hours, but I have never done the 2-hour one yet.
Okay.
But it's, as my neurologist says, it's for the future me. It's supposed to hopefully stop progression so that
Nice.
it won't get worse.
That's incredible.
Yes, it's incredible.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get worse, I will die happy. I mean, I will be happy.
Well, if you follow a lot of futurists and people in the genetic sciences, they're saying in the 2030s they'll have some really good regenerative medicines too. So there may be
Nice.
something to get rid of some of the lesions.
And they're still
Repair the brain.
trying for a cure.
Yeah.
It's not like they've given up or anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How does it affect you now today?
Well, it's the same. I mean, I have numb-ish legs all the time, and my balance is off all the time. That's why I have my cane.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I put it.
It's behind you. Yeah.
Can I tell you about the cane?
Yeah.
I just told my friend this story, so that's why it's fresh in my head. But the first time I walked by somebody else with a cane, when I first had a cane, it stayed in my bedroom for months before I had the balls to actually take it out and be a person that walks with a cane,
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot easier using a cane. But I don't know, there's part of me that was just like, it's hard to accept. That's where the whole nervous breakdown thing happened. I didn't really realize what was happening when it was happening, but getting a diagnosis like that, even though it's not the worst case scenario like I imagined, it was still a traumatic event. Like knowing that this is it sucks in a way. I mean, I have retrained myself how to play guitar. I also take out things that I used to do that I don't do anymore because my hands are not the same.
Lost some dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have like I had a dream where my name was Lefty Sheets, and I thought it was so
That's
funny.
a good name.
because my left arm shakes.
Oh, okay.
So it was funny. That's funny. Sorry, that just
That's
popped
funny.
in my head.
Is it just your left arm that shakes, or is it both?
It's pretty much everything, but it's the left arm for sure.
It's worse.
Like I don't usually carry a drink. Like if the coffee cup is, you do that. You will spill. It will spill.
Interesting.